Sa video natin ngayon, we will discuss axially loaded compression members abiding by the old code ng NSCP. Now in this topic, we usually deal with columns. A column is a compression member that is so slender compared, meron niyang D, to its length that usually it fails by buckling rather than by crushing. Now meron tayong tatlong classifications. First, we have short columns. For short columns, the failure will be by crushing and no buckling will occur. Now, the reason is, kapag hindi mahaba yung column, let's say, paganyan lang, then you will apply a force at the ends. Yan, centrally loaded. Hindi na siya magbabakol paganyan. Parang imposible na yung configuration na yan. So, that's why sa solving natin, we usually tackle intermediate and long columns. Now, dito naman tayo sa intermediate columns. For intermediate columns, some of the fibers will reach the yield stress and the member will fail by a combination of crushing and buckling, and their behavior is said to be elastic. Now, the difference between long columns and intermediate columns is that for long columns, they usually fail by buckling or excessive lateral bending, and then generally, the longer the column is, the greater the tendency to buckle and the smaller load it will support. Also, the tendency of a member to buckle is usually measured by its slenderness ratio, which is defined, meron ding D yan, as the ratio of the length of the member to its least radius of gyration. Now, least, kasi yan yung magiging critical. The greater the slenderness ratio kasi, the smaller the capacity of the column. Now, you'll understand later kung bakit yan ganyan. Now, take note na yung radius of gyration, ito yung formula niya. R is equal to square root of I divided by A. Now, yung I, it depends kung saan yung axis ng bending. So, it may be IY or IX. And then, meron tayong length factors for centrally loaded columns with various idealized end conditions. So, ito yung mga buckle shapes. Itong mga nakadash, yan yung configuration ng column after the loads are applied. Now, i-clarify ko lang, yung ratio of the length of the member to its least radius of gyration, yung length na i-consider dyan is the effective length. So, sabihin lang natin na meron tayong pin-connected supports. So, parang ito yan, itong letter D. Diba, merong hinge, saka hinge din sa kabilang end. So, kapag meron tayong pin support, if you want to know the effective length na pwedeng magbuckle sa configuration natin, diba, basically, yung magbabuckle dyan is the entire length. Ayan. That's why, yung theoretical K value natin is 1. The formula for effective length kasi is LE equals K multiplied by L. Ayan. So, if this total length is L, multiply natin by K, parang 1 times L, yung original length lang. Ito lang talaga. Yung buong length yung magbabuckle. Yung point of inflection kasi natin is nasa supports. This support and this support. Kapag naka-hinge. Now, again ha, yung point of inflection, yan yung point kung saan mag-change yung curvature ng beam mo. Essentially, beam or column. So, isang bending direction lang yan. Ito yung points of inflection. And then normally, but not all the time, mag-occur yan kung saan zero yung moments. Now, zero yung moment sa dalawang pins. So, andyan yung point of inflection. So, parang ito yan. Yung purpose ng K is to modify kung anong length posibleng mag-buckle yung column mo. Now, what if naman dalawang fixed ends? Like in letter A. Naka-fix yan, naka-fix din yung ilalim. Notice na kapag fixed yung dalawang supports, the point of inflection will occur here. Ayan, merong change in bending dyan. From negative bending, naging positive bending siya sa region na yan. This allowed kasi yung rotation saka deflection sa fixed ends. So, meaning pala, naka 90 degrees yan. Yung ilalim din. So, dito lang posible merong point of inflection. So, the length na pwedeng magbuckle yung column na to would only be this one. Ayan, kulayan natin. Now, itong length na yan, this is theoretically 0.5 of the length. Ayan, 0.5 L. Yan yung effective length. K times L, which is 0.5 yung K natin. Now, what if naman, merong combination fixed saka pin. Now, kapag fixed support yung kabila, diba, it will transition from negative bending to positive bending. Itong region na to, essentially, parang naka-frown yung column natin pag ni-rotate natin. So, this region is naka-negative bending. So, meron kang point of inflection sa point na to since naging positive bending na yan dyan. So, ito essentially yung effective length. Ayan. Again ha, yung mga naka-yellow, yan yung effective length. And then, na-solve na yan. Theoretically, this is 0.7 of the total length. So, 0.7 L. Kaya yung K natin is 0.7. So, reiterate ko lang, yung purpose ng K is to determine which part of the column shall be considered in the computation of the slenderness ratio. So, define ko lang yung end conditions. Para sa CEF, hindi kasi nyo yan nakikita usually, but realistically, pwede itong mangyari. Itong mga conditions na to. Now, itong rotation fixed, translation fixed, ito yung fixed support. Lagay na lang natin. Ayan. And then yung rotation free naman, translation fixed, diba, yan yung definition ng hinge. Pwede siyang mag-rotate, allowed siya to rotate, but deflection is disallowed. Or walang translation. Hindi siya mag-move. So, this is for pin connections. Ayan. Now, ano yung ibig sabihin naman ng rotation fixed saka translation free? Parang ito yan. Rotation fixed, hindi siya allowed mag-rotate, but pwede siyang mag-translate. So, yung mangyayari dyan is, let's say, apply tayo ng load to the right, hindi siya iikot pa ganyan. Instead, this will move somewhere to the right din, along the direction of the load. So, parang ito yung translation niya, but hindi siya umikot. So, kung makikita nyo sa letter C, from this particular point, nag-move siya pa ganyan. Kasi yung translation is allowed. Now, ano naman kapag rotation free? Hanapin natin yan. Andito sa letter E, kung ano yung angle mo dito, hindi na siya same dito. Now, this is because rotation is allowed. Ito lang yung dapat mong tandaan. Now, the difference between letter C saka letter F is ito naka-fixed. So, mangyayari dyan, rotation and translation are disallowed sa fixed support. And then, theoretically, the effective length is itong buong length talaga. Now, for letter F naman, naka-hinge yung kabilang side. So, wala ka ng transition. Dito lang, hindi siya allowed mag-rotate. So, naka 90 degrees pa rin yan. But dito, allowed kasi. So, kaya naging ganyan. Now, diba, itong nasa letter C, letter E, saka letter F, medyo unusual yung configurations nila. Now, to better understand this, let's try to draw a frame. Ayan, draw tayo ng frame. And then, sabihin natin, naka-fixed yung dalawa dito sa ilalim. Now, diba, sa real life, meron talagang lateral loads na applied sa frames natin. Now, once lateral loads are applied, di ba, yung tendency ng columns is magsisway sila. Merong side sway na mangyayari. So, what if lang, yung connection natin dyan, sa joint na to is fixed. Let's say rigid yan, rigid frame. So, parang ito yan sa real life. Ayan, copy ko na lang. Yan. Let's say this is a wide flange column and then ito naman wide flange beam. Now normally, yung connection natin is either by bolt connections or weld connections. Hinuhold natin yung web and then meron din tayong connection dito sa flange. Saka dito rin sa ilalim. Essentially yung dalawang flange. Obscured na lang sa view natin yung kabilang side. So kapag ito yung configuration, di ba essentially naka-fix yan. Ito, naka-fix yan sa column. So, we are not allowing rotation. Now, although in real life, wala talagang fixed na connection, but theoretically, parang fixed na rin. Now, sometimes, may ina-allow na rotation kapag hindi hinuhold yung dalawang flange. So, essentially, let's say, yung connection natin dyan is yung web lang yung hinuhold. So, di ba, itong top flange saka bottom flange, parang allowed sila to rotate by some degree. So, this will act as a hinge. Lagay ko na lang parang ito yung fixed sa totoong buhay. And then, ito naman yung pin. Kasi allowed yung rotation to some extent. Now, sabihin na lang natin, yung connection dito is the same as this one. And then, sa kabilang side naman is parang ganito. Ayan. Ibang kulay naman. Yan. Now, what if nag-apply tayo ng side sway? Ano yung mangyayari? Ibalik na natin sa discussion natin. Let's say, meron ng wind loads na applied. Or any other loads that would cause lateral movement. So, mangyayari dyan, let's say, merong wind pressure. Ayan. Pag in-apply mo yan, if this is essentially parang, diba, yan yung fixed condition. So, naka 90 degrees yan. Yung configuration ng buckling is, mag-move yan to the right slightly. But, i-exaggerate na lang natin yung drawing. Parang ito yung mangyayari. which is the same sa configuration for letter C. And then ito, itong horizontal member, gawin lang nating orange din. Yan, ito na yung new location ng support na to. And then since rotation free yan, it's allowed to rotate, mangyayari sa buckling is parang ganito. Ayan, which is the same as this one. Now, mangyayari lang to if nakapin din yung ilalim. So again iba yan. Since dito sa left, if this is essentially fixed, this allowed to rotate at this point, ibayin na lang natin yung line. Parang 90 degrees pa rin kasi yan. Ayan, parang ganyan. So this is still 90 degrees since rotation is disallowed. So yan yung ibig sabihin ng rotation fixed. Ito. And then ito naman, rotation free. So iba na yung angle dito. Yan, let's say naka 90 degrees yan initially. Dito, iba na. Meron na siyang value. So I hope mas na-relate nyo na sa totoong buhay talaga yung mga factors natin para sa iba't ibang configurations. Now, by the way, baka nagtataka kayo, bakit naka times 2 na yan? Diba, nag-move yung column natin slightly to the right, meaning, parang hypotenuse ng triangle ba? Diba, mas mahaba yung hypotenuse ng triangle kesa sa original line mo. So, kaya, parang naging times 2. Nagdoble yung effective length. Now, since we are talking about real-life scenarios naman, explain ko na lang din yung recommended K-value when ideal conditions are approximated. Now, usually, sa real life, pag nagde-design ka na, mas pinahahaba natin yung effective length. So, instead of 0.5, ginagawa natin 0.65 para yung i-analyze natin would be more slender. So, mangyayari kapag nagde-design ka na, it will become safer. So, as you can notice, nag-increase siya. Dito, from 0.5 naging 0.65, 0.7 naging 0.8. Now, ito lang yung medyo weird. Diba? Kapag pin yung dalawang connections. Now, kapag pin yung dalawang connections, 1 pa rin yan since sa totoong buhay naman, kapag rotation is allowed, meron din kasing friction na tutulong. So, yung friction, it will help resist rotation. So, kaya yung 1, safe pa rin yan.